Baby boomers, you know who you are. Tom Wolfe famously called you the me generation, made up of people who are constantly remaking, remodeling, elevating, and polishing one's very self, and observing, studying, and doting on it. Now, a new book says that baby boomers are more than that. They're sociopaths. In his book, Generation of Sociopaths, writer Bruce Gibney says boomers, those Americans born between 1940 and 1964, display many more antisocial traits and behaviors than the rest of us. The reason? Quote, they came of age in a time of fairly effortless prosperity. They really just assume that things are going to work out, no matter what. That's unhelpful conditioning. So Gibney blames them for everything from the national debt to global climate change. And the much maligned millennials, he says they're only self-absorbed because their lousy boomer parents made them that way. And for his generation, and mine, Generation X, he says we're A-okay.
Yes.
And I tend to agree. If the boomers are psychopaths and the millennials are narcissists, we're just right. Jessica, can you blame a whole generation or just the liberals?
As I have baby boomer liberal parents, so we can do all sorts of things with this.
Oh,
but
yes,
when I read
wow.
this, I was so excited. I was like, everything that's wrong with me is just their fault.
Well, look, I mean, do you agree with, I mean, you're a solid millennial.
I am.
But do you think it is a generational thing? I mean, are there really generations, or is it something we make up?
I was just talking about this at work, because we work.
Are you not at work right now?
Different work,
okay.
Day work. This is night work, not like Lady of the Night work.
Yes.
You know, like
I get it.
Fun work. That would be, you know what I mean. So I was at work, and I work at Bustle, which is a millennial women's lifestyle site. And so when we do our polling, it's women 18 to 34 years old. That's the millennial bracket. But when you think about it, what does an 18-year-old really have in common with a 34-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 18-year-olds are also part of Gen Z. So these brackets are enormous when you're talking about, you know, a 20-year range, how we can do that. But there are some qualities that do pervade the entire generation. Like, we focus on technology for millennials, obviously. Baby boomers, when you look at them, people, you know, from their early 50s to their late 60s, early 70s, they do have a lot of similar traits. So I get it, but I feel like it has to be a little bit more specific to make a claim like this.
Yeah, it's almost like, Jim, the greatest generation, they were basically the guys who went to war, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So they kind of all knew each other. But people between 1940 and 1964, you know, that's a pretty big span. Can we blame everything on them? I'd like to.
Blame it on them. They had to cut the lawns for the people that were in World War II. They had very scary, harsh jobs like that.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, they did kind of mess up some things, I think.
Do you have a problem with the millennial generation? Do you think they're self-absorbed?
I'm sitting right here.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, not right here.
Not right there, but more so than your generation?
Yeah, well, I was just fascinated by the Gen Z. I don't even know what that is. I thought that was something to clean up your acne or something. I'm like, I'm like, Gen Z, I can't keep up with this.
Gen Z, yes. Well, we were X.
The teenagers.
Me and Janine Garofalo were X.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, they were very cool generation. Yeah, you're X too.
X, yeah.
And then the millennials are Y, and then Z are the ones just after that. Michael, what's wrong with these people?
Oh, well, the boomers are everything this guy says there because of the 60s and liberalism that took root in the 60s, tearing this country apart when everybody was running around in tie-dyed shirts and going to all those places like Woodstock and smoking a lot of pot like you lefties always do and ruining this country.
So, wait a minute, can you blame that on the boomers?
Yes.
I mean,
60s,
what if
60s generation?
60s generation, but if you were born in 1959,
yeah, but
you weren't
you're
exactly,
you're coming of age at that time. You're coming of age.
It's still your fault. You're just in diapers, but you're also smoking pot and desegregating
and then
the
in the
country
70s,
and doing all those good things.
Nobody's working anymore.
Oh, had a point. Desegregation seems good, right?
You did, although Mr. Gibney
comes before.
Yes, and Mr. Gibney says that you can't give them credit for the civil rights movement because they weren't old enough to vote for all the people who put that into force. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
No?
Gibney is mistaken. But, you know, I got all my stuff so I could give a crap about everybody else. That's basically how, because I'm a boomer. I'm 53, so I'm right at the...
Oh, you're the bottom of the babiest boomer of them all.
Yes, I'm a baby boomer. I need to nurse, perhaps. But I think they are spoiled. We didn't have war, really.
Yeah.
Free love, you know, we beat AIDS. We were ahead of that curve, so we just had... And it's been a very prosperous time for us, so we are spoiled.
Well, you had the Vietnam War that a lot of you were opposed protesting when you were teenagers.
I was
well, you were tail end, but the older generation, they were burning draft cards, dodging the draft, all that kind of thing.
Tail end out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, part of me is like, I'm like Tom's age, so it's like the same thing. I look at it like, you know, I don't have any kids, so let's just burn the environment and, you know, let the good times roll.
Yeah. Use
the evil side of me is like, yeah, you know, run the debt up.
But
go for it.
Is psychopath too strong a word?
Not for me, apparently.
No, because they really are. They're hypocrites because they were so, as you say, they were hippies, you know, back in the day, and now so many of them are hardcore to the right, and they've just been hypocrites and flip-floppy their whole lives, and I think that's a problem.